We hear from a lot of young writers who'd much rather break into television rather than writing for film. So what's the best way for a writer to get started?
I tell all my students that 90% chance they'll be working in television. Film is getting, just by way of introduction, you will see very few people coming out of graduate school, for example, even though they're older, and getting their films made. They'll get deals, they'll get, especially if they come recommended. Television is, as Peter's been saying, the market is changing and growing. There's so many channels. Everybody wants to be, Netflix is making shows. Google's going to start making shows, I've heard. Don't know if it'll ever happen. American Movie Classics changed its whole way of doing it. A&E, which was all documentaries, I know because I wrote a lot of them, is now all narrative. There's no more documentaries on A&E. It's all it's all. So that's the place to go. Now, how to break in? Well, if there were one answer to that, it would be easier. My experience has been that it's usually 4 to 5 years to break in and get any kind of job you can get in the industry that puts you as close to a writer's room as you can get. I have one student who, after almost 5 years, is now on a cable show called Longmire, which is the biggest hit A&E has ever had. It's her, the 2 showrunners, and I think the novelist who the show is based on his novels is in there. You imagine the education she's getting. It's like going to grad school and getting paid for it. And no, she's not making as much money as if she were on The Good Wife, but she's going to get her scripts produced. And before that, she was in the writer's room as an assistant on Burn Notice. She worked for Jay Leno on The Tonight Show for 2 years as an assistant. And she just did, and then all that time, all of us were trying to help her get a manager. So getting a manager today could be more important than getting an agent, because a manager works much, and a manager, if they're really good, will find you an agent. Managers, in large part, have taken the place of what agents used to do, which is to get you work. Agents typically make deals now. And I know a couple of very seasoned writers, who are not even that old, whose agents don't even tell them when a producer liked their script. Nobody tells them. They had that experience. Charlie Peters had that experience where he wrote 2 scripts for Lorne Michaels and was probably paid a great deal of money to write them, and the only person who called him was his manager. Oh yeah, they really liked it, Charlie. Yeah, they may or may not make them, but they really love them, and I'm sure because he's Charlie Peters, he got paid a lot of money. But managers, I think, to try to find a manager, and the way you do that is contact, just the way you've always done it, you contact everybody you know, and you take any kind of job you can get.